So I'm on the back deck and I am draining the hot tub. We haven't used it since the beginning of May, and I wanted to drain it and scrub it and move it a little bit. It's right in the middle of this deck and it's kind of in the way for chairs or to set up our bar out here or whatever. It's a little bit inconvenient, so I want to move it a little bit, give it a good scrubbing inside and out, and then fill it back up with water, put in some new chemicals, and fill it up again. It takes a good 3 days for it to get hot. Once you fill it back up with water, it takes about 3 days for it to get hot again. But that's fine because we are in zone 7 in Georgia, and it should be cooler here now, but we're still having days in the 80s. So I won't be using this anytime soon, but when I do get ready to use it, when we have those cooler nights and it's nice to sit out here. Good morning. My sister gave me a chicken casserole recipe that I want to try. So I have my crock pot out. I'm just going to put a liner in it and get the chicken on to cook all day. What are y'all doing today? This is what I'm doing. I'm gonna get that cooking, and then I got the hot tub drained, and I'm gonna clean that today. I gotta put out some wood chips, have some shopping to do to start getting ready for Thanksgiving. So yeah, that's what I'm doing. I have some chicken. Mark likes dark meat chicken. I don't care for dark meat chicken, but this is our last pack of chicken from a grocery store, and then we'll start using the chicken that Mark processed from our meat birds. But this is the last of the chicken that we had in the freezer for that we had bought from the store when we ran out of chicken this summer. So this is our last pack. So I'm excited to start using our other chicken, but this recipe probably would be really good with some dark meat chicken because it's a lot richer. It makes the broth a lot richer. But I'm going to use this. I love casseroles anyways. They're pretty good. Mark is still sleeping. That's why I'm talking low, trying not to wake him up. It's 5:15 in the morning. So Hank woke up and wanted to go outside, so I got up with him, and then I couldn't fall back to sleep. So I figured I'd get up and start cooking, get our crock pot going, and let the dogs out and do all that, and then I'll get some breakfast ready and wake Mark up here in a little bit. He's got to go to work anyway, so, but I was trying to be a little bit quiet and not wake him up while I get this chicken going. I want to buy me a bigger crock pot. This crock pot is so little. It's like the size of a crock pot that you would use to have a party and keep like maybe a dip warm or chili warm or something like that. It's not very big. I bet that it's barely a gallon. So I want to buy a bigger one and a roaster pan. I want one of those big roaster pans too. I filled it all the way up with water because I'm gonna save the juice off of the chicken, and I'm going to freeze that and then pull it out at Thanksgiving to make my dressing. So anyways, that's cooking. It'll cook all day. I've got to go get the recipe off of the printer, but I don't want to wake Mark up yet, so I'm just going to wait. But at least the chicken's on. I need the recipe so I can see what seasonings I need to put in here for it to cook all day, but I don't want to wake him up yet, so I've at least got it cooking, and I'll season it when after he's awake. So I have the recipe for the chicken casserole. I put in a large onion, salt and pepper, and a little bit of poultry seasoning. So it calls for some other ingredients. A can of cream of chicken soup, a can of cream of celery soup, a bag of Pepperidge Farm stuffing mix, and all that goes in after it comes out of the crock pot. It says to boil the chicken, but I'm not a fan of boiled chicken. I don't like that. I like it to cook slow and be nice and tender and juicy, and you know, plus I want these, I want to save this broth that comes off the chicken. So I'd rather cook it in the crock pot than to boil it on the stove. So anyways, it's cooking. I've added the ingredients, and it's just going to cook all day, and then we'll move on to the next step. Okay, I shredded the chicken, and I've got in my 2 cans of cream of chicken and 2 cans of cream of celery soup, and I used my handy shredder for that. And now we are to add 2 cups of milk. It says a can, it says to use a can of milk, 1 can of milk. But since I'm doubling it, I'm using 2 cans, and that equaled 2 cups. So using 2 cans of, 2 cans of milk, which was 2 cups. I like to always double casserole recipes because that way I can always keep a meal in the freezer. So if I'm going to go through the trouble of making 1 casserole, then of cooking the casserole and getting out all the ingredients and all that, I might as well make 2 casseroles. Hey y'all, I did go ahead and run to the store and buy this stuffing mix, but what I did was, when I got through with the casseroles, I did double the recipe, and I got 2 casseroles out of that, so it did work out good to double the recipe. And I also saved the chicken broth from the crock pot, so I got 2 pints of that. And what I want to do is, I am going to finish this video on the chicken casserole, but we're about to have a lot of people here for several days over Thanksgiving, and so what I want to do is save these chicken casseroles for that. because I'm already making meals and putting them out in my freezer. And so I want to have several dinners ready to just be able to put into the oven. So I don't have to worry about being in the kitchen the whole time or whatever. I can spend the time with our family and not have to worry about that. Look at that little thing's feet. Is that not the cutest thing you ever seen? That's our newest grandbaby. She was over right after she was born. So this is when she was 1 month old. And we did her little feet and handprints. Me and her mommy did. But every time I look at that, it makes me smile. That's the cutest thing ever. But I will finish the video, but I'm going to do it over the Thanksgiving holiday because that's when I'm going to use the casseroles, and that is when I'll also use this blue bag, because she specifically said blue bag of stuffing mix. Thank you for taking the time to watch our videos. If you liked this video and found it helpful, please consider subscribing to our channel and click the notification bell so you will be notified when a new video has been uploaded. Also, be sure to stop by our channel for a fun Christmas DIY every day at 9 a.m. Eastern Time from December the 12th to December the 23rd for the 12 days of Christmas.